Happy New Year, everybody. It is Monday Night Live, Homes Around the Village's YouTube channel, and it is January 6th, 2025. And they went ahead and what did they do today? Certified the election. So that was cool. I didn't get a chance to watch that, but something special today. All right, so you can start it. Okay, Tom, Lauren, how you doing? Hey, I'm sorry about the drywall in your house. I was over there today, and the finishers, I would have thought, they put up the drywall there at Tom and Lauren's house, and I would have thought that they would have finished, done the finishing part of it so we can spray it and start painting, and didn't happen. So we're going to have to give the drywall guys a call. I was going to give them till today to get over there. But anyways, that's I Am Renovation. That part of the whole deal here. So Tom, Lauren, thanks for watching. I know you're watching me on the TV, having a few cocktails. Maybe one day you'll come over here and then sit in front of the camera and we could have a couple cocktails. Anyways, let me kind of get out of my phone here a little bit. Not working. All right. That's okay. Today, nothing's worked today anyway, so I'm pretty much over it. I'm glad to be here. And first live stream of the new year, 2025. Hopefully this is going to be a great year. Looking forward to it. I think great things are going to happen for us, for everybody, actually. All right. Let me get situated here. I've got this stuff in the way. So that will have to go over there. This will have to come over here. There we go. Out of the way. Little nourishment. Okay, so hope everybody had a great New Year and a great Christmas. Usually I take the whole week off between Christmas and New Year's. Well, that didn't happen this year. So a lot of stuff going on, trying to clean up everything, trying to get a new start for 2025, trying to make some changes where things will really start happening for us. Because to be honest with you, it's been pretty slow for us in particular. And so, you know, the old saying, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So we are going to have to make a lot of changes, and then hopefully we'll get different results. So that's what we're working on. And I figure if I work real hard at the beginning of the year, then the rest of the year should take care of itself, right? All right, Kevin Jacks, my buddy. Oh, Kevin. Hold up. I got to show you something. We got somebody trying to beat your time, Kevin. Can you see that? That's a lemon blueberry cake. So it's not looking so good through the plastic. There we go. Lemon blueberry cake. And I had, I forget what she gave me yesterday, but I said, Tita, you have to stop. I'm going to be 800 pounds before it's all said and done. So, but anyways, there you go. So Klaus and Tita, I don't know if they're watching tonight. They went ahead and wrote an offer on a home today. She brought me that little cake and all fresh stuff. So we're in good shape. So Kevin, haven't seen you, buddy. But anyways, Patricia Navarro, Pat, thanks for jumping in tonight. Appreciate it. Number 2 on the list. There you go. You beat out my buddy Kevin. I've been hearing from so my pal Jason, or Jace, as he likes to be called. I know him as Jason. That's what he told me when he first called me. Hey, this is Jason. I said, okay. So he's been Jason ever since. And then he goes out and plays his guitar up on stage, and it's Jace. Jayce. I was representing today. I had his shirt on in the gym. I shot him a little picture. So let me just say, where are you? Where are you, buddy? Here he is. So, oh my gosh. So he's sending me, all right. Oh, this was a video. Oh, nice. There it is. He's sending me a video of I got it, of his back porch. I thought that was a picture, but it's a little video. And so I sent him, I sent him this. So you can't really see all the green grass behind me. Here you go. And the blue skies. He goes, ha ha, damn it. And then he sent me that one of all the snow. And then if y'all look, there's a right over the trees, there's like a gray line of clouds. And that's the cold front that came over us. Bunch of rain like crazy, but that's the cold front heading south. So I had to rub it in a little bit. So Jason will probably be up here pretty soon. If he's not already, I'm probably already behind. So Happy New Year. So Corky, thanks for joining us this evening. Hopefully you're enjoying your home, loving your home. Less than desirable weather here today, but still, yeah, but it goes so fast. I mean, those cold fronts, when they come through Florida, rain, wind, and then, like I just showed you, gone. So that was, what time was that? 5:30. So bye-bye cold front is what I said to Jason. So you better get down here and get in the warmer weather. You know, it's kind of crazy. We're down here, and I see that kind of weather there. I'm like, it's hard. I mean, you guys, a lot of you are still up there. I know Kevin, he's from up there. He can kind of relate, but like you said, better than a blizzard. And that looks like what they were having up there. Okay. We got Missy Mo. Missy Mo's in the house. Thanks, Missy, for joining us this evening. And Pat and Jane. And so I'm glad to see that my little couple weeks off, hold up. Did I take 2 weeks off or 1 week? I don't know. Oh. I guess I took 2 weeks off.
For Mexico?
No. When we stopped our live stream way last year. Anyways, that's cool. So, anyways, glad to see everybody's back. Oh, there he goes. Cheers from the stupid blizzard.
Only 1 week.
Only a week?
Because we filmed on the 23rd at the World Equestrian.
Okay. All right. So Pat says she loved our last 2 shows, the tours of downtown and WEC. You know, I'm so glad that our Wi-Fi held up, because I know one time when we did Spanish Springs, not too far from here, we tried to run off of our Wi-Fi, and man, that was a mess. I guess between I don't know, it's maybe down Main Street, the buildings are so high, we couldn't get our Wi-Fi connection. But all right, so Rich A. Hi, everyone. 2 inches of snow today in my area of PA near New Jersey. 2 inches? Well, Rich, I don't think 2 inches is too bad. Right? Right, Chase? Right, Kevin? Man, seriously, bro, 2 more weeks. Look, don't be driving down here in that RV, Jason. If there's a bunch of snow and ice on the road, you're going to have to hold up there, buddy. I was watching the news. Big tractor trailers are hitting that black ice. And then it's all over, jackknifing. Cars are just sliding, going over into the other lane. Man, we don't need any of that. So, Jason, hopefully all that stuff kind of thaws out a little bit for you so you can bolt it down here. Either that or you're going to have to fly. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Christian, for putting that on there. If you like the content you see, please subscribe and click the little bell icon. So each and every time we make either a live stream like this or a video, you'll be notified. So Gary, thank you for joining this evening. Sorry, but it cannot beat Karen's cookies. I didn't say it beat Karen's cookies. I'm just saying I haven't seen those cookies in a while. So there you go. Who we got? Racer Girl. Happy New Year. Hope your knee is better. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I saw a model up in the northern part of the Villages with the kitchen in another room. My question is, can that dividing wall be knocked down? Absolutely. We can do anything. We can do anything you want. So that includes knocking down walls, moving vents. Tom George, he can sit there and tell you what we've done. We've kind of moved everything over in his kitchen. So, yeah, that there are, as far as I know, and I'm trying to think, I don't think there's any interior bearing walls other than the outside exterior walls. All the trusses bear on the outside walls, and no walls in the middle of the house are called bearing walls, where the trusses would bear on that wall. So we can just take walls out. We can do anything you want. All right. Any amount of snow at this age is way too much. Well, hey, get to Florida, Jane. Just grab Pat and head south. Are people worried about the increase in inventory? Well, so John, thank you for that segue. why don't we go to our part of the show where we do where we look at the inventory. There was an error. Okay, well, let's see if we can fire it up again then. Stellar.
Yeah.
Oops. Did I knock my pictures out?
It's fine. I'll open it later when you need it. Let's see if that works. Weird. Okay, maybe it timed out.
Usually, man, it's about 6 hours before it times out. Okay. Let me catch up to us here. So we are going to, there you go. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, I got to get rid of this. This is the biggest pain. I never read these things. I probably should, but I don't. Don't have time. All right. So I default right here to the villages. If we put the villages in the city section, 559 matches. So that's been the highest it's been for several years, really, at least. I guess since 2016, maybe. 559. So good question by John. Are people getting worried about the inventory? Well, the inventory is what, well, first of all, let me just say, back about when I was talking about 2016, 559, 550, 525, 550 would have been normal for the villages anyways. Well, that was 9 years ago, right? In 9 years, you can't even imagine how many homes that the village's developer has built in those 9 years. So 2016, that's when they were building right behind Brownwood. 2017, that's when they started Finney. So in that period of time, I mean, if anybody knows anything about the villages, you can see how many homes they've built since then. So in reality, 559, I would really kind of think 650 would be more the norm. And so we're still a little bit of ways from my perspective. And I think, let's see, I think I've tried this before, and I'm going to try it again. So 2016, January 2016. Oh my gosh. I did this the other day and it worked out great. And now we still have 0 matches. So active, maybe, do I go to sold? Okay, so I can tell you what sold in 6 months in 2016. But active, I guess I can't really, oh, hello. That's because there really aren't any active listings back in 2016. That makes sense, right? So how would I figure out, well, the whole thing is, if we go to here, let's click out of here. Let's go to sold. And then let's go back in 2016. What sold in 2016 from, I don't know, let's go back a whole year. Oops, I got carried away. Yeah, I got real carried away. All right, so 2016. Man, I wish I could figure out how much inventory there was. And I'm going to go back to, let's see what we can do here. January 1st to December 31st, and 1,360 homes sold back in, let me get this out of here, 1,360 homes sold for the year back in 2016, okay? All right. I'm kind of curious now as to what sold last year. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will fast forward to 2024. And January 1st of 2024 to, oops, I keep getting my little arrows mixed up. All right, we're getting crazy here. All right. 2024. And then, how did this get to be 2032, Christian? That's kind of crazy.
A bit forward thinking, but.
Okay, here we go. I think I got it. All right. And then to December 31st, okay, so that can't be right. Why did I go to 2016 again? I'll get it, you guys. I'll get it, I promise. January 2024 to December 2024. There we go. Oh, man, it went back to 2016 again. What is going on? Back 1 year, back to, we want to go, this is crazy. All right, January of 2024. And now we're going to go to, I don't know. This thing's just driving me crazy. Making me crazy. There we go. January 2024, 1,693 homes. So that's about what? Little more than 300 homes less. So a little more than 300 homes sold more last year than they did this year. So finally got it figured out. So that's cool. And let's take it. Just messing around, y'all. Anyways, we're clearing that. All right. So I'm going back to my little chat room here. And let me grow up here. All right. All right. So are people worried about increased inventory? You know, yeah, you're kind of competing, you know, with higher inventory, obviously, but I think I saw today where interest rates might start trending down, and we're gonna get with Mariem here and see maybe if she has her crystal ball ready, and if she can go ahead and hook up with us, and then we could ask her some questions. Peter, Happy New Year. Do you have a rough idea how much it would be to add a golf cart garage on an existing block courtyard villa. So I would say 40 to 50 is about what it would cost to put a golf cart garage. Which, you know, that's not too bad. All right, Gary, I did that. So yeah, about 40 to 50, I would think. You know, I had somebody today, actually, that call that I just got was the listing agent telling me if we have a deal on this home, because if we do, we're going to build a golf cart garage on this home. So you ask me that question in about 2 weeks, and I'll be able to tell you pretty much exactly what it's going to cost. Okay. So there you go. All right. So I think, as I mentioned, what did Kelly say?
He has some stuff to talk to you about the time of repairs for the roof and the color of the roof. I asked him if you'd be able to call him back after the stream. He said that works for him.
They can't get to the roof.
No, there wasn't specificity on the color of the roof, if they're fine with that being the same. And then due to multiple hurricanes, they don't know if the time period will be enough time.
Well, okay. We'll have to talk about that later because there's options. All right. So listen, got a little treat for y'all tonight. And, you snooze, you lose. Those of you who didn't sign on this evening, I have a little something to show you. How do we get on this thing now?
I see it. If we just go to... And then right past that one.
Okay. All right, let's go back to my little mini-me. Boom. There we go. So, yesterday, let me tell you a little story. Back in 1995, 30 years ago, I started driving to Ocala from Merritt Island, Cocoa Beach. That's where I lived. I lived in Cocoa Beach on, what was it, the Indian River, I think it was, in Cocoa Beach, Merritt Island. Merritt Island was right over the bridge. Anyways, my aunt lived in Ocala. And so she had a horse farm, and I was helping her build some fences. And my brother ended up moving to Ocala as well. Well, I worked for an architecture firm as a draftsman right across the street from a place called Ron John's Surf Shop, the world famous Ron John Surf Shop. I could literally walk right across the parking lot, and there's Ron John's, or to the beach. It was awesome. Loved it. My brother came and said, hey, I want to build a home. I'm going to build a home in Ocala. So can we, hold on, I'll come back to this. So he said, what do you think about helping me build a home, because I want to save some money. My brother's really frugal. And I said, sure, man. I said, come on over to this architecture firm I was working for. I was drafting. Back then in 95, we didn't have CAD drawings much. We hand drafted everything. He went and picked out a floor plan. And he goes, you want to help me build this? And I'm like, wow, what an opportunity. Because before I never really built a house, but I worked on a lot of homes. I did some roofing, did some framing. So I said, yeah, I think that'd be a great opportunity. So I took a little sabbatical from the architecture firm and I moved to Ocala, thinking I am going right back as soon as this house is done to Cocoa Beach. All right, well, so I moved to Ocala back in 95, but I would go by this exit where the Don Garlett's Museum of Drag Racing was. And I told myself, man, I'm going to go in there. That's going to be awesome. Back in 95. Fast forward to yesterday. My son, Joey, got me, well, he gave me a little certificate for Christmas and said, Joey's 22. He said, Dad, we are going to the Don Garlett's Museum of Drag Racing that I have been meaning to go to for 30 years. Now, is that not the epitome of procrastination? If that isn't the epitome of procrastination, I don't know what is. I'll tell you a little bit more. My procrastination of getting back to the Outer Banks and Nags Head and Cape Hatteras and go surfing, that's been 25 and 30 years. Jamie, my daughter, was, well, no, we've been back since then. I can't say we haven't been back, but anyways, when my daughter, when I went to Nags Head, the first time I was 18 years old, I hitchhiked with my surfboard, hitchhiked up I-95 and over to the Outer Banks when I was 18. That was like right after I got out of high school. Actually, I graduated high school at 17. And I was really 17 because I graduated in June. My birthday wasn't until November. So I was 17 hitchhiking. I can't even imagine my kids 17 doing that. But anyways, I did it. And it got so cold that there were people out there in dry suits. You couldn't even wear a wetsuit anymore. It was so cold to go surfing. That's when me and my buddy Claude, we said, we're out of here. Went home. Ever since I was 18, I turned 18 there till Jamie. So I had Jamie at 44. So 28, 38. About 26 years it took me to get back to Nags Head for the second time when Jamie was like, oh, she's just a baby. Anyways, that's pretty crazy, right? That's procrastination. Life happens. All I can tell you is, well, all y'all know. I'm sure I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But anyways, going back to where I was going, we're going to go look at some pictures. So Don Garlett's is where I went yesterday with Joey. I don't even know. Let me see my phone. Thank you. So we went to Don Garlett's after 30 years, if you can believe that one. That's just crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. Okay, so there's, I don't know if you can see that, but let me see, turn it sideways. Those are that was in the part of the museum where they had what did they call that? Not the historic, but that was part of the old, where the hot rods were. Antiques, yeah. All right. There's me and Joey. And Don Garlitz. That's where the dragsters were. That was pretty cool. There's one of Don Garlitz's dragsters. Big Daddy Don Garlitz. Man, that dude, he was my hero. So, I mean, I can keep showing you those, but that was really cool. Anyways, so I was cleaning my home office. And man, I got a bunch of stacks of CDs. Who needs CDs anymore? Nobody needs CDs anymore, right? Well, some of my CDs, I don't know where they are, but some of my CDs had pictures on them. So I'm going looking at some pictures, and lo and behold, this is me and my wife, Patty. This is when I worked for the Villages, Properties of the Villages. This is us. We used to have a lot of fun there. Partied all the time, went out on boats. There's me and Patty. This guy was my partner. So I had a partner at Properties of the Villages. We partnered up and sold homes. So I don't look a day older, do I? This is me sitting in my office in Spanish Springs in the Lorena building overlooking the town square. I was on the second floor. That's Jamie right there. And we were, if you look through the window enough, there's a big crowd out there. And the crowd was for this guy. And if anybody knows anything about country music, that's Vince Gill. And so I gave a little donation. This is Nancy Lopez right here. I gave a little donation to Nancy Lopez's charity. That's what Vince was doing there. Patty, that was her idol. Vince Gill, Vince Gill, Vince Gill, Vince Gill. That's all I ever heard when she and I first met. She loves this guy. So I made arrangements for Patty to meet Nancy Lopez and Vince Gill. Here he is. This is the Daily Sun newspaper, and it has Vince Gill's picture on there that he was going to show up today and do a concert. So he's over there talking to Patty. You see her mouth shut? She couldn't say a word. And then you see me laughing at her because it was hilarious. She couldn't even talk to the guy. So I just thought that was unbelievable. There's Jamie Miller. She was probably, I don't know, 5 years old right there, 20 years ago. So 2004. There we are. There's Jamie when she's a little girl. Me, Vince Gill. There's Patty with her newspaper. Patty and Nancy Lopez. That was a great picture there. So special times when I was there at the Villages. Oh, I guess we didn't do we didn't show the crowd. Oh, okay. All right. So where's my other photos? Okay, let's see what else we got. Where's oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, I just picked a few choice ones, kind of just to share with y'all. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Vince Gill back in his younger I'll just leave it at that because Patty could be watching.
Jamie is.
Jamie's watching. There's Jamie. You see yourself, Jamie?
She said cute then and cute now.
Yes. Joey was just a little teeny tiny. She was less than 5 there. She must have been about 4 there. And when Joey was born, I think she was 3.5. So yeah, he was a little baby off somewhere. Anyways, I just thought I would share that with you guys. So that was pretty cool. Hope you really liked that. That's what happens when you go through all your old stuff that's been there. And I've been in my house for 17 years. It'll be, I think when we moved in? We moved in our house in 06, I believe. 18 years. It'll be 19 years in May. Long time. Time to get out of there. So anyways, hopefully you liked that. I think we're going a little long because I think we're supposed to hook up with Mariem. So Mariem, if you're still there, girlfriend, I am coming at you.
I think you just need to switch over to the window.
Okay, so let me get over here, catch up.
Cool, and then show on stream when you're ready.
Okay. Oh. All right, I got Tita. Hey, Tita. Let me see that. I was showing off your nice baking skills earlier if you weren't here. So thank you very much for that. As you can see, maybe you can see there's a hunk out of it. That was my dinner for tonight before the live stream. You're a lifesaver. Okay. And Claus. Oh, we got some news for you. We're just working out a few little details, but pretty sure we're good to go on this. The guy called while I was on air. So Christian answered, he just has a few questions. He wants to know if you're going to pick out the roof color. So if you're going to pick out a roof color, I encourage you, if we're going to go with that lighter color, I'll just tell them. But they're a little concerned, I will tell you right now in front of everybody, they're a little concerned about getting it done in time. But you and I talked about possibly doing it after closing. So I just have to talk to him about that and we'll be good. All right. Okay, so let's see. Where was I? What was I going to do?
Mariem.
Oh, yeah, Mariem. Hey, Mariem. All right, let's go to Mariem and talk some.
Yes, this time it works.
Hold up. Let me get my. All right. Can anybody hear her?
They should be able to hear her now that you have to.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
How was your New Year's?
It was wonderful. How about your holidays? Were good? Happy New Year, you all.
So y'all can let us know that you can hear Mariem, so we can move forward here. Yeah, Vince Gill was playing with the Eagles. Okay, so where are we at with interest rates? I hear that interest rates might be going down a little bit, Mariem.
Maybe going down, not down yet, but they might be going down for probably the next couple weeks. We'll see some adjustments made to the market. Maybe not a huge adjustment, but will be an adjustment to where everybody can start looking into purchasing homes. Not so much as refinancing, I think. But again, until we see the next meeting and see what they decide, it's nothing solid or guaranteed, right?
So talk to me about refinancing.
So refinancing, I think, will not be until the second quarter of the year. That's just my personal opinion. The Fed might have to take a couple cuts this year for 2025. what they need to do for what they will do. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. This has been like last 27 months. We were waiting on this major adjustment to get people off the fence. What we do see right now is that with the New Year's, that we have a lot more buyers, more interest in the market, while the numbers are still not dropping. Like the sales are definitely moving more. We have seen more contracts coming actually last week than we have seen in a long time. So that's a good news.
Yeah.
I do believe there's
Tis
still
the
a buyer's
season.
market. Yeah, it's definitely still a buyer's market. So definitely, I purchased a property actually last week on Wednesday because I'm still able to get, what I want. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen in the next 3 or 4 months. It's going to be becoming more aggressive, more buyers in the market because there's a lot of buyers that just holding on purchasing depending on the rate. So
So
yeah.
you're buying homes to flip or to rent?
Right now I bought one to flip it, and then I'm gonna keep another one that is closing on Friday, this Friday.
Gotcha.
hmm
And rent it out, or is it for yourself?
I think I'm gonna move to it. I like it, so I think I'm gonna move to it. I don't like it as much as my kids do, so I'm gonna do whatever they want. So they like it a lot because it has a pool and has some little
Ooh,
other features.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go, everybody. There's a mortgage lender right there who's actually buying a home for herself. She's not worried about those interest rates at this point.
But the rates is I can always refinance later. Even as an investor, I can always refinance to get the rates I want because I only have to compete with other lenders and see what they offer me, right? Because my loans are more commercial. But I cannot, when I have 3 other buyers competing for the same home, I'm not going to be able to get what I want. I'll literally, in one of them, I just lowered $5,000 of the original asking price when I was buying it as is. And then there's something in the home that I'm like, listen, there's a foundation issue. I'll be willing to go for it, but they got to go $5,000 less. We can close on Friday, or they can put it back on the market. And and I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, I have to look at the numbers. I am a banker, and I do the same thing for my clients. Why wouldn't I do it for myself, right?
Yeah.
And I'll show you a text message. She said they're coming lower. They are lowering at $5,000, like literally. She texted me just before we got on the call, and she said yes, they agreed. I'm not sure if we can see it. And she said right here, we are good for the 5K reduction.
Nice.
So I'm not asking anything for the inspection because I'm buying as is. But there's a foundation issue, which is a legitimate issue that was not disclosed, and I looked at it and I saw there's questionable cracks on the walls and questionable separation from the baseboard. So when I did the inspection, I found out that it is a $12,000 foundation report. They had to add to it 20 jacks to level it up, and then the builder, what he did, they put a beam in the center of the home, but nothing in the front or the back, so the house is cracking. Right?
Oh, wow.
I'm not an expert, so I can only go by what the experts tell me.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
So for 20 jacks of and 160 feet of beams, 4x6, they're charging me $12,000, which I think is crazy. But foundation is so important. I cannot just go with whoever's cheap. I have to go with whoever is good.
Well, usually when you're correcting a foundation, they usually inject grout, they call it, all the way around the whole house to support the whole slab.
Yeah, so he said that needs 20 different jacks that they have to install. And I don't know what is the price that is too expensive, or what was your take, you as a professional?
Well, 12 grand is pretty inexpensive.
You think so?
Oh yeah, usually when somebody comes in from a sinkhole company and they're gonna what they call pin all the way around the house by shooting grout underneath at an angle, right? They shoot it all the way around in angles to support that slab. I mean, that's like around 75, 80 grand when
Wow.
they do that,
Wow.
which your insurance company usually has to take care of. But so I'm not really 100% sure of what they're trying to do. Maybe they're just trying to do a kind of some soft areas they feel like they don't need to go all the way around the house.
Yeah, well, there's only 20 different, so I have, 20 different, what
Pins,
they look at. Yeah.
call
So they're
them
gonna
pin,
be
they
there.
call it pinning, but yeah, I'd have to really, as a contractor, go over there and
Exactly. So this is
look
the
at it
plan.
and check it out.
But that's something that I probably would not be able to negotiate with the seller if, we wait until everybody is in the market and shopping. And it's a very nice home and there's plenty of equity on it. So, it's anybody that can run numbers, they can see that there's a value, and they may have to be fighting now with another buyer that is willing to take it the way it is, right?
Yeah. Well, Klaus and Tita, who are here on our chat, they just made an offer on a home. The people had lowered it after 150 days. They lowered it $150,000.
Wow.
But
That's amazing.
yeah, but the reason it wasn't selling though is because it did have a sinkhole.
Oh, wow.
But this is back in 2009, and they went ahead and did all the underpinning to the house. And there's a full engineer's report about what they did. There was no structural issues with the house
Right.
in the beginning or the end, but they're reaping the rewards, 150 grand on a really beautiful, one of the most popular floor plans, the Lantana or Live Oak, when it was built, right on a lake. And it's on a wedge-shaped lot. So we're going to go ahead at some point when they're ready, build a golf cart garage, or maybe even a third car
That's
garage.
awesome.
Yeah, so that was the beauty of this particular home. There was enough room on either side. They can do whatever they want. They can do a larger garage on the opposite side of the garage, existing garage, or they can go over and attach a third car garage onto the garage side. They have a lot of options. So that's working well for them.
So my advice to everyone out there is that if you are in the market, do not wait any longer. Start shopping for a home. Start getting familiar with the market, because prices, they are going to change. When, I can tell you, but they will change. We'll be dealing temporary with some challenges with the appraised values, because obviously the sales that happened in the last 3 months, that's going to reflect on the values. But just remember, back in 2021, people were actually paying over appraised value just to get the home. You don't want to see yourself in that position, because you always want to have the upper hand, especially in home shopping. So you don't purchasing a property that it's already underwater when you're purchasing it.
Yeah, so, you don't want to get into a bidding war.
Right. And, and you always, have like, you have us as a lender if you chose to. Like, we always very competitive with closing dates. We're super aggressive. We close as little as 9-10 days just to get your offer accepted. And sellers want their money yesterday, especially if they have been waiting on the listing to sell for a long time, just like this property has been on the market for 150 days. I mean, they lowered the price because of other issues, but there are many properties that have been sitting in the market for a long time, not only because we have shorter buyers, but we'll also have overpriced properties. So that will be my advice. The rates will drop or not drop in the next Fed meeting, but you still need a home, so you want to position yourself where you can always refinance And trust me, there will be so many special offers out there with the lenders to refinance your home with no closing costs or low closing costs, or, we offer to our clients some closing costs, but we don't charge them some fees because we understand that they just purchased with us. We don't want to charge them the same fees again.
So you're telling me that maybe down the road when, if and when interest rates go down,
Right?
you're going to refinance.
Correct. Yep.
What are closing costs when you go to refinance?
So for our buyers, we actually pay for their appraisal fee, and we give them a little credit back to at closing, depending on the loan amount, depending on the sell price. I mean, on the total transaction, because when I look at it, I say, okay, here's the credit we can give you, because that will be credit personally from me, not from Fairway. So then we definitely waive the appraisal for them, which will give them the check, and the amount will be back to you in hand. So, the thing is, when you are doing a refinance, you're not shopping with other buyers. It's just you and other lenders, and everyone would love to have your refinance loan. So you are the upper hand either way. You upper hand when you buy, you upper hand when you refinance. So we are very competitive with rates, but we also, if we know other lenders that they are more like, larger banks, that they might offer something better, we will be happy to help you through the process with them too. It's all about serving you.
Awesome. Did I hear a
And
little money coming out of your pocket?
it's okay to give back to our customers. It's always our honor. If we can help, very
Nice.
much we help whatever it takes. And also, there are programs that will be coming up for credits. We hear all kinds of things, but until it's real in writing and signed, we do not want to overextend on that. But they should be coming up with new programs to facilitate homeowners to start buying homes, because there's a need. There's a need for that.
Well, I personally think that rates are going to go down sooner than anybody really expects. I think Trump will get in there and start twisting Jerome Powell's arm until he does something. So he's been in there a long time. Jerome Powell's been in there a long time. I think Trump is the guy who appointed him. So now that he's back, maybe he'll give back to the American people.
Yeah.
And drop those rates. So we can only hope.
Yep, absolutely.
You got any cool mortgage plans, mortgage programs that you want to talk about?
We pretty much still have the same programs, the most one that I would say they just came up again. It's especially for our areas that they put a pause on it. It was a home light, it's kind of an expensive product. It's for buyers that they're selling their home and they're trying to use equity for that home to put it as a down payment next one, but now your current home is not sold. It costs you some money, but then it resolves an issue where you can pretty much they advance you the money to do whatever you want to do with the next purchase. And if you have a mortgage on the current home, I don't even use the mortgage payments against you. Now, it's a good product. It helps a lot of people get into the home while their current home is not selling, but there's a cost to it. So sometimes people tap into their assets. Did I lost you? Okay, I thought I lost you for a second. Oh, good. So they tap into their assets, or they have to withdraw money from, for example, their funds in the stock market, and they may have penalties. So sometimes actually it's better to get penalized than to go and just do the products, called bridge loan back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was called.
Right. But the good thing with that one, that the bridge loan, you have payments, right? Now, the one we have, you don't have to have a payment. There's two products, that we use, and we compare apple to apple and see which one works for that specific customer. So as far as new products, we don't have anything new except, the same programs that we have for investors. We have the DSCR, which is you base the qualification on the rental income versus the mortgage payments. So you don't qualify with income documentation, you don't qualify for anything, but that's truly for investors that they're going to rent their home and not sell it in a short period of time or live in it. So it's a 20% down, and as long as the rent is higher than the mortgage payments, you qualify for the loan, and it's called DSCR. Let me put it here.
Now, you say you're not paying any monthly payment, but is interest accruing on that every month?
You only pay the fee. You have a fee that you pay them in advance. And we're talking about the home lights for the bridge loan?
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a fee, and the fees will be structured based on the transaction.
On how much money you need?
So the fee would be actually deducted from the total balance once they sell the home. So let's say the fee is 2%, will come up from when the property is sold. I do not offer construction loans. No, not at the moment. I do renovation loans, but not construction loans.
What's it, a 204K or something?
So there's a 203K.
203K.
So there are actually two types of renovation loan programs. You can go the conventional route, or you can go with the 203K, which is an FHA loan program. Now, when you go with the 203K, and for renovation, you get HUD inspectors, and it's just way too many people involved. So we try to go actually with the easiest path, which will be with the conventional route. And you pretty much get about the same thing, except that you don't have so many people involved. Because when you get HUD inspectors giving you their opinion and how things will be, and then there's additional fees for them to showing up to inspect the project, it just becomes more complex. However, it does, allow for lower credit score. Conventional is a little bit stricter when it comes to credit approval. But we do have options. We have several products for renovation. The VA also has a VA renovation loan program, which is an excellent program for renovation.
And can you do that? That renovation loan is to buy a home, or can you use it to renovate your current home?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do for both. I have actually a customer that her house got in Jacksonville. Her house got mold through the entire home. I don't know how it happened, but spread out. So
wow.
We are doing that right now, and involves is very, very intense, because you can only have one contractor, and then the contractor can have his subcontractors, and that's not an issue. Now, when you come to mold mediation, you have to the contractor has to hire them, but we're still dealing with different reports, but it's going well, and it's helping her because she doesn't have the funds to upfront costs, because right now we're going at $90,000. So, and also you cannot refinance furniture, which we'll have to. We're working with her to see how she's going to be able to either mediate the furniture she has, or finding other ways to be able to help her get the furniture.
That was affected by the mold too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yes.
What a mess. How'd that happen?
It is a big mess. I guess just people, they let one thing go to, we'll get put a bleach on it, we'll get fixed up, and it's like when you have how to get to the root canal, right? It's like it didn't start by the root canal need, but you just let a little cavity, and then it turns out to a mess.
Yeah, well, usually there's a water leak in there somewhere when that happens.
Right. And probably was not fixed properly, or probably there were no funds there to be able to salvage the damage when it started. So just little by little, it got big really fast, and she cannot be the property. She has to leave. So we're doing a conventional renovation program for her, but the renovation can be pretty much anything that is not structural damage, like really bad damage. onto the property, but we can look at all and send it to the renovation departments, and they can give us guidance of what routes we could help them to get there. Because I have never done a mold in the past. This is my first one, and I can say it's very intense.
Yeah.
So, because the one company does one thing, and then the other one does the other thing, and then they want to work together, and then so it's the contractors trying to get everybody in one page so we can fund the transaction.
Gotcha. Well, okay. I want to thank you for coming on board with us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Does anybody have any questions for Mariem before we let her go? Let me just kind of take a little look here. So, okay, no. Well, like I said, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
In touch.
And if there's any questions, just pass them on to me on the email, and I'll respond for you. And then, or if anybody wants specific to their scenario, they can have me email you with the scenario, and I'll reply to you as well.
Yeah, and there's, Mariem has, Christian put Mariem's contact information up in the chat. So y'all can just take a picture of, with your cell phone or whatever. It has her office phone, her cell phone, her email address. I guess you can text to her cell phone. So,
Yes.
There we go.
And then the other thing I want to mention is the reverse mortgage is a product that is so huge for your area that they can purchase homes pretty much 50% off, especially new builds, right? Because it's like you can buy a home and have no mortgage payments for the rest of your life at 50%.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. So, you guys might want to look into that, especially a lot of the people retiring want to come in, don't want a mortgage payment. That's the way sometimes you can get money back.
Sometimes you can have a monthly payment to have your home pay you back every single month, and you enjoy your money doing something else.
I might have to look into that.
My kids don't want my money, and they don't want my house. They want my money. So I'll try not to spend what I have and enjoy what the home has to offer.
There you go. Yeah, some homes cost money, so they don't want to have to spend. They want to take.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Good job. You're doing great.
Yep. Thanks, Gary, for and then Jane, she said thank you. So
thank you, Jane.
Appreciate you coming on board.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. So there you go. So always nice to have Mariem on there. If any of you come across, any questions that you might have, you could wait till Monday night and ask them, or you could just give her a call, and she'd be happy to talk to you about that. All right. Well, a couple other things I wanted to kind of go over with you. I Am Realty. Congrats, best of 2024 as a new startup here. Actually, next month we'll be in existence for 2 years.
Can we get a better view for the camera?
No, we can see it. Yeah, we can see it real good. Yeah. Last thing I want to mention, and I'm probably going to do a video about this. Home warranties. You see that highlighted area that I highlighted back here? You'll want to make sure you read the fine print, because these I used to give out home warranties to people, and when they bought a home, especially the ones that, mainly to the ones who bought a home sight unseen. So I wanted them to be comfortable that they had a warranty to protect them. Well, it comes up that it's not all that they're cracked up to be, because it used to be, it says, for instance, all product replacement will be made with new products only. If feasible, replacement will be made with the same make and model, or at least the same quality as the product being replaced. So if you don't read any further than that, you're like, oh, okay. So if they can't fix it, they'll replace it with the exact same model. Well, a few years ago, when I built my house, I bought the best air conditioner you could possibly buy. It was a 19 SEER Train 5-ton unit. And when it went out, I had a warranty. And I called them and I said, hey, I need a new air conditioner. So they came out, they did their best to try to fix it. And they actually had to pull the cooling coil out of the air handler, take it to their shop. They tried to weld it because it was so old that it got pinholes in it. And then they brought it back and they're like, man, we've tried everything we can to fix your air conditioner. We're going to have to just give you a new one. I said, okay. So we're going to replace your unit with a 14 SEER Train unit. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're not going that route. It says right here that they're going to replace it with a new product. And if feasible, replacement will be made with the same make and model. So what does if feasible mean? And at least the same quality as the product being replaced. Well, man, I mean, so what happened wasn't feasible to replace it with the same one, simply because technology changed. The Freon, the type of Freon changed. So, but I'm figuring they're going to give me something comparable. But so that was just the first thing. The next thing they said was, look, you need new, what is it called? Line sets. And we charge $3,000 to run new line sets from where the unit sits up under, through your chase, under your garage slab, up to your air handler, because usually the air handlers are in the garage and the compressor unit, they call it, is outside. So they go, yeah, you're going to need a new line set. And that's $3,000. I'm like, well, that's crazy. These are little copper lines that hold the Freon that transfer back and forth to the air handler, to the compressor unit. And I'm like, $3,000, hold up. I Googled it and it was like 300, not $3,000. And I'm like, you guys aren't charging me $3,000 for no line set. And they go, well, we're not going to do the job if you don't get brand new line sets. I said, well, I'll buy the line set then, and you can put it in, but I'm not going to pay for no $3,000. Oh, well, it's in your contract there. So then it goes further and it says, air conditioning coverage. Okay. Oh, so now that's different. Before they were talking about all product replacement will be made with new products. But then down here, they have a little caveat. Air conditioning coverage, minimum SEER, which is the energy efficiency, Department of Energy rule. All new air conditioning, heating equipment that is manufactured must be the standard SEER, seasonal air conditioning efficiency rating, required by the DOA, the Department of Energy. If the customer accepts the standard SEER option, the equipment will be replaced with a standard SEER unit. If the customer declines the standard C, okay, let me repeat that again. If the customer accepts the standard SEER option, standard SEER means what is it that the building department requires, that you have a minimum, what they're calling standard SEER rating, which is the seasonal efficiency rating. So if you accept the standard SEER option, the equipment will be replaced with a standard SEER unit. If the customer declines the standard SEER option, the company will pay up to $1,500 of the conversion or replacement costs of the standard SEER equipment, and the customer will be responsible for the rest of the expense. So up here, and this was the gold option, by the way, it says they'll replace it. So I'm like, wait a minute. Up here, you're telling me you're going to replace it with something comparable. I have a 19 SEER 5-ton air conditioning train unit. And now you're saying, well, if I don't accept back then it was 14 SEER. If I don't accept your 14 SEER unit, then you'll give me $1,500 and tell me to go out about my way. I said, absolutely not. We went round and round and round and round about this. I was going to sue them. This was back in the COVID times. I actually had COVID when we were going through all this. I was sick for a month. And I'm fighting with them about this for a month. So I guess, so the moral to that story is be careful when you are, when you get a home warranty, okay? Read the fine print, know exactly what it's talking about, ask questions, okay? And if it's any different, get it in writing. Because, here they have, they give you a whole list of stuff. Like it said for me, AC up to 5 ton, all circuit boards, blah, 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 blah. Standard SEER upgrade. So who knows, what all that meant. When, like I said, I just read the part where it said they're going to replace it. And I'm like, cool, I'm covered. By the way, that was a $12,000 air conditioning unit. And they weren't wanting to do that. So anyways, I think I got $4,500 out of the deal. It was either $3,000 or it was $3,000, I know, for the line set. And I believe it was $4,500 they finally agreed they would give me. So they didn't have to pay that $12,000. Right? Buyer beware. Isn't that the saying, caveat emptor? Buyer beware. So, anyways, I guess the biggest problem with all this was that your air conditioner will go obsolete pretty quick because they keep changing that Freon that's in there. And then they can't get the old Freon. And anyways, that's a long story, but I've been saving this. This is another product of me cleaning my office, my home office. I had this sitting out and I'm like, I'm going to do a video on this stuff. so nobody else gets taken. And I probably will go ahead and do a video on that. All right. So thank you, Jane. Appreciate it. My leg. Oh, a little update on the leg. So, I got something for you. Thank you for asking. Wait till you see this.
Leg pictures?
Wait until you see this. By the way, I saw y'all who went to Don Garlett's. Kirk's out there. He went to Don Garlett's. He liked the engine room. They got some pretty awesome engines in there. Pretty unbelievable, actually. Oh, here we go. All right, Christian. I guess you can show that up. So there is what's called dry needling. Go ahead and that's a video. Pins all in that leg to try to strengthen up the muscles around it. Man, for a while, yeah, I had that knee brace on. I think a lot of you saw me with the crutches. It was bad there for a while, but my physical therapist, he's awesome. And if you've never heard of peptides, I don't know how much I should get into peptides on the air here because I don't want to ruin it for everybody else, but peptides are pretty awesome too. I think I owe, in part, a lot of my healing to peptides. So if any of you have any joint problems, ligament problems, look into peptides. BPC 157. Andy, sometimes he's watching. I want to thank you, Andy, for promoting that with me. And Andy's my man. He tells me he watches, but he doesn't participate, let's just say, in the chat. But so that's how my leg. I've had 3 of that dry needling, and now I use a TENS unit and ice and heat. So the TENS unit acts a lot like that dry needling, although dry needling gets right down there. So, but it is coming along a lot better because I was in incredible pain. When you guys saw me on those crutches, it was horrible. I could hardly sleep because, I'd sleep on my side, and then that leg, if one leg couldn't be on top of the other leg, it was just crazy. 2 torn meniscus, a stretched ACL, I don't know. But I'm coming along. I'm staying off the weights for right now. I see my doctor January 24th, the orthopedic. It reminds me. I wonder if I even have that down on my 24th. Ooh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Well, hopefully they'll send me a reminder because I forgot to put that on my calendar because I got to see that doctor. So I want him to tell me what I can do as far as exercising goes, and I want him to tell me if it was exercising that caused it. I mean, I think I made it weak playing pickleball, and so I figured I'm going to go in that gym and I'm going to start really hammering it out. And my brother told me, don't do it. Don't do it. And I did it. Leg extensions. I think that's what really messed me up because it got real bad there after I did that. So, Brian, thanks for that question. Thanks for your concern. I thank you for asking. And Don Garlitz, by the way, has a great, which I had no idea, had a great gift shop in there. Really cool gift shop. So I might just go back in there just to go buy me a shirt or something.
That's part of any museum, the gift shop.
Yeah, for real. They had little little toy, not toy, but little miniature dragsters. Okay, y'all. I guess it's time to wrap it up. I've done all the talking that I can do this evening, and we will get with you. What do I always say? Same bat time, same bat channel for all you people out there who remember that, which I'm sure is most of you, because you're around my age. So yeah, let's get together next week. If you are coming to town, this is the time. All that snow up there. If you're coming to visit, give us a call. Love to kind of spend a little bit of time with you, meet you, do a little meet and greet. I was going to say I'm not like Skip Smith, but Skip Smith will have you take him to lunch. So anyways, yeah, I'd love to meet you guys. If you know of anybody also, please refer me to your friends. I'm going to be making a video because I'm sitting here thinking, I went ahead and I was just wondering how bad was last year, as far as a down market. And it wasn't that bad for a lot of people. But I don't know, for me, one as good as I thought it should have been. So I'm going to do something that I hate doing. I'll just share it with all you guys because you're all my friends on here every week. I hate talking about myself. And I hate talking about the advantages that I bring to the table. Because to me, that's just bragging or whatever. So I hate doing that. But when I see people coming in here and working with other people, I'm like, man, to me, I'm the best person you could possibly work with as long as I've been here, and knowing what can be done to a home, how much it would cost to upgrade a home, renovate a home, or whatever. I just honestly, again, I don't like really talking about myself, but I just can't think of anybody else that can be any better than what I can be as far as giving you guidance. The videos that we provide to anybody who might be up north looking for a home. Who does that? There's not anybody else that I know of that can go in a home, critique a home, and I've turned down more homes than I've sold. And I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you right up front, this is not for you. This is not for you, and I'll give you the reason why. So, I don't know. So, please refer your friends and family. If anybody's coming down looking to buy, I would appreciate it. Okay? See y'all next week, January 13th. Half the month is gone already, and we're zooming through the wintertime here in the villages. Jane says, get testimonials from your customers to promote all the benefits of working with the GOAT. Jane, thank you. I appreciate that. So missed you at McGrady's, but we'll catch up with you. Jace was great. Good time. I missed McGrady's too, but I didn't miss World of Beer, and I did not miss Tierra del Sol, which is a great time. If y'all never been to Tierra del Sol, I almost hate to give away that place because it's Jason loves it. Such an intimate setting, you know. He's outside playing, nice weather, under umbrella tables. If he's still on, he'll tell you how much he really likes it. So, but yeah, McGrady's I didn't get a chance to get to, but yeah, I was there at World of Beer though. Okay, y'all, I'm just rambling. Love you. Thank you so much for joining this evening. I'll see you next week.